Okay, France v Fiji. Yes, France head to Bordeaux after a fairly tumultuous week off the back of that battering in Paris that we were both at against South Africa. They face Fiji, who have got plenty of French-based players as well, so that adds another interesting element. But France are really contending with quite a few injuries off the back of that defeat against South Africa. So not only have they lost kind of Dupont, Francois Cross, Winnie Antonio, Teo Atisogbe, Cyril Bai, there's loads of Piato Malvaca, but they've now also, from Saturday's squad, they've lost Thibaut Flamand, picked up a bit of a knock on his thigh, so he's managing that. Manny Miafu managed to pick up an injury on the way down to Bordeaux. Nolan Le Garec, Baptiste Doshio, Mikel Guillard, so there's plenty of new faces, old and new, I guess. I guess Charles Ollivon into the second row and Greg Aldrit from outside the 23 into captain is fascinating. Given the kind of dynamic of that, Gael Fickou, last week's captain, gets dropped out of the 23. Shows kind of Fabien Galtier, the French coaches, the French rugby public don't quite know what's going on at the moment. They don't quite know their best setup. Quite hard to get your head around. So there's a lot of different new combinations for France, even though a lot of the faces and the names in that starting lineup feel quite familiar. Like Ollivon, Roman Telford-Vanua won't have ever started a test match in the second row together because Charles Ollivon has never started a test match in the second row. And when he started a couple of games on his return for Toulon this season, that was his first start at the second row for 4 years or something like that. Greg Aldrit back as captain. Paul Boudon, who seemed to be the absolute lock-in in that back row, has been dropped to the bench. Oscar Jegu, they definitely needed his pace. That's good that it looks like it's got much more balance, that back row, with Aldrit there as a kind of jackling threat as well, and Jegu with his pace. You've got the pace and experience of Ollivon as well, but also kind of balance with a good lump in Telford-Vanua. Really excited to see Nicolas Deporter get a go. It feels like he could yet end up 2025 as the first choice centre for France, ahead of even Gael Fickou, who, especially now Fickou's dropped out and Barassi's moved inside. Interested to see how that goes. The key man for us is Maxime Lucu. I think France lacked some accuracy with their kicking in the halfbacks, lacked a bit of control last weekend. Maxime Lucu will give that. He's not got much game time this season, but we know what he's capable of, and he's in Bordeaux, where he plays his rugby. The local fans absolutely love him. France should win it, as much as there's flair Fijians everywhere, especially Juta Wainakolo, top of our footsie index, the flair Fijian try scorers extraordinaire index. But France should win this one. Let us know what you think. Get in touch in the comments with any questions and thoughts. We want to hear from you.